Japan's Emperor Naruhito has formally proclaimed his ascension to the throne at an elaborate ceremony attended by dignitaries from around the world. Naruhito pledged to fulfill his duty as a symbol of the state at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. The new emperor took the title earlier this year after the abdication of his father, Akihito, but this ceremony cements his transition to the throne. Japan's government has pardoned more than 500,000 people convicted of petty crimes to mark the occasion. Naruhito is the last emperor in the world's oldest hereditary monarchy. So let's take a look back now at his life up to this point.
The eldest son of then Crown Prince Akihito, Naruhito entered the world already an heir apparent. But though his fate was clear, his journey to the throne has been one of many firsts. He was the first crown prince to be born after the Second World War, and unlike those that came before him, the new emperor-in-waiting grew up at home with his family, raised solely by his parents. After attending an elite school in Tokyo, Naruhito became the first Japanese prince to study abroad, reading medieval European history and economics at Oxford University. He brings to the throne an unusually broad range of experience for Japanese royalty. Back in Japan, he wooed and won the affection of Masako Owada, a Harvard and Oxford-educated diplomat. She reluctantly agreed to abandon her career to marry in 1993. But over the years, Masako battled depression and was eventually diagnosed with adjustment disorder. Naruhito promised to protect her with all his might from the strains of royal life. The pair had a baby girl, Princess Aiko, in 2001. The devoted father, Naruhito, was often seen attending her school and sporting events. Under the current law, as a girl, Aiko cannot be next in line. Naruhito's brother, Crown Prince Akihito, currently holds that title. But for now, all the attention remains on the new emperor. Naruhito says he wants to carry on his father's devotion to peace and compassion for the people. He ascends the throne as Japan's 126th emperor, marking the start of a new imperial era known as Reiwa.
Well, for more on Japan's new emperor, let's cross over to Katharina von Tschurschenthaler from Germany's ARD studio in Tokyo. So, Katharina, deep symbolism here. Naruhito's ascension to the throne marks the beginning of a new era known as Reiwa, or beautiful harmony. What does that mean to the people of Japan?
Well, actually, it wasn't the decision of the people of Japan, nor from the imperial family, to pick that name. It's a really political decision to assign that name, and with that taken by several experts. And it assigns a very clear role to the new emperor to secure peace, to bring love to the people. Then, of course, it's up to Naruhito how he wants to fill that role. He made it very clear from the beginning that he wants to step into the footsteps of his father, Akihito, who already tried to be close to his people. And we can already see it. I guess you know that Japan was hit quite violently by a typhoon last week, and Naruhito and his wife, Empress Masako, they traveled to the affected region to visit the people, to talk to the people, and that shows that he actually also tries to be close to his citizens. This is not going to be a very easy job because the imperial household family is a rather, let's say, strict club, and life behind palace walls, which we can see just behind me, is like living in a golden cage.
Yes, we're seeing some of that ceremony that took place, the enthronement ceremony. We get a sense of just how deeply steeped in tradition the house of the royalty is there. Now, Japan is one of the oldest monarchies in the world. What status does the royal house have in the country?
Well, of course, the emperor doesn't have any political power anymore, but still he's a very strong symbol of the state and of unity. And a Japanese colleague of mine, a Japanese journalist, explained it to me quite well. He told me while the government under Shinzo Abe represents the harshness, the sternness of Japan also towards other countries, the emperor is more like a bumper. He represents love and mildness. And I wanted to know from especially young people what the emperor, the imperial family still represents for them. And they were answering me, well, actually nothing, they have nothing to do with my personal life, but yet whenever we get news from the emperor, it kind of creates a deep feeling of inner peace. So no political power, but still a very strong symbol of love, mildness, and unification.
Katharina, thank you very much for that. That was Katharina von Truschenthaler from Germany's ARD studio in Tokyo.